Associates Network event, Cities of the Future, as well as the associates in the room. I'd like to welcome the associates from the US who are joining via WebEx, and those from Brazil, the Middle East, Singapore, and Australia who are going to watch this on Spark in a few weeks' time. Welcome to you guys too. A little bit about me. My name is James Hopton. I'm an associate in consulting in the UK, and I joined the Foundation for the Future programme in September 2013, and I'm one of the UK IAN coordinators. Before we go on to the session today, thanks to all the associates who joined our Global Mobility call a couple of weeks ago. It was great to hear from the Global Mobility team about opportunities to work abroad and experience people who've done it. And then finally, on to today. It's a bit broader than our other events. It's to understand how the world's changing around us, and I'm delighted that we've got Leo Johnson to talk to us. A bit about Leo. He's a partner in S&CC. He set up a company called Sustainable Finance, which helps financial institutions make the most of opportunities that sustainability brings. He also is the younger brother of the London mayor, who, according to the Daily Telegraph, he once shot with an air rifle. So, the background. But before, I'm going to stop talking quickly, but and then I'm going to hand over to Leo, but there will be a chance to ask questions at the end. But if you could all join me in giving a big welcome to Leo Johnson.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a great introduction. Not. No, it's brilliant. I'm not, Hello. Yeah, great. I'm really happy to be here because I know this is completely la creme de la creme. What I know is there is nothing that happens in this firm that's good and well done without some associates having done some seriously kick-ass job on it. I know that. And I also know from what I've seen that there is a complete inversion of the pyramid. There's people like me who basically know nothing. And it's all the brain power of the people who are coming in the last 3 years in the firm is just unbelievable. I sit back in meetings and I just want to say nothing. So total respect. I'm thrilled to be here. Respect to you guys. Much of what he said is true. I had a tiny sustainability strategy company that got bought by PwC 5 years ago now. It's unbelievable. In a process that I now understand was slightly more of an acquisition than a full-scale merger of our organization. It's been an unbelievable experience to go from a tiny, beautiful, totally dysfunctional but beautiful company to a giant behemoth that I've come to love. This is an illustration of my company. We did not know what a timesheet was. We didn't know. We have no idea. I'm still figuring it out myself slowly. But yeah, we then got bought. I spent the last couple of years writing a book, which just came out in September. There's probably loads of you who have done much harder, produced much longer things, but God, it was hard work. We finally got this book done called Turnaround Challenge, Business and the City of the Future. And it was this proud son to father moment where I was showing my dad, I also shot with an air rifle. I was showing my dad the cover, and it was called Turnaround Challenge. So we had the R in turnaround, the middle R, backwards, in this, what I think was very sexy Soviet avant-garde type of way. And I showed it to my dad, and he looked and said, like in Toys R Us. Hold the cover, bring it back. Anyway, we finally got it done, and we even briefly, frankly, no one has read this book. Even my mother has abandoned the attempt. But we got to number 2 in one glorious shiny moment on Amazon, in the most uncompetitive category on Amazon, which is business ethics. Yes, just to illustrate the sheer depth of the category. Number 3 was a book just called Liar. And number 1 was a book by that supreme ethicist Lance Armstrong. So, but anyway, what I want to talk about is sort of cities of the future. Is the world changing? And then what does it mean for us and our lives? And what does it mean for this amazing group? That's going to be the DNA of this firm going forward. So yeah, that's what I want to play with. And actually, I want to immediately put it to you. We've got two strands, two variants of this. We can have a speech which contains large numbers of facts and probably some arguments which are quite reasonable. We can have like a sort of data-driven thingy about urbanization, or we can go slightly more free range. Which do you want? Free range. All right, great, good. And if suddenly some of you feel like a hunger, a thirst for data, just call out and I'll immediately switch into data. I want to start by telling you a story. They're standing there nervously. I don't want to intervene and stop this. It starts going off the rails, which is good. I want to tell you a story, which is going to sound kind of unpromising. It's a story about a German economist and a cow. And this is a German economist called Fritz Schumacher, E.F. Schumacher. I saw one person nodding out of like 4,000. Okay, and so this is World War II. E.F. Schumacher, he kind of liked England, but he made the mistake of being in England at the outbreak of World War II, so he got interned on a farm. And he's a German economist. So there was this poor old farmer who suddenly got given a German economist to handle. And there's nothing you can do with a German economist on a farm, obviously. It's axiomatic. But he found this brilliant solution, which is to get Fritz Schumacher counting the cows. And so every day, Schumacher went off, toured the fields, counting the cows. And it was a decent-sized herd. There were 32. And every day he'd come back and report to the farmer, there are 32. The weeks went by, the months went by, the war went by. One day, Schumacher tours the fields and he arrives at a gate. And there, leaning against the gate, is an old farmer, an old man. And the old man looks at Schumacher and he says, the cows, they're never going to flourish with you counting them like that. And that's exactly Schumacher's reaction. What do you mean? What do you mean? And he goes off. Next week he comes to count the cows. And there's 31. And he tours the perimeter. And there, in a ditch, legs up, is cow number 32, dead. And it was then that Schumacher said that he had what was the realization of his life, that turned him from being a heterodox mainstream economist to the unorthodox economist that he became, or for what is beautiful, you name it, which is he realized what he was doing was counting the cows as herd. What he was not doing was engaging with the cows as individuals. He was not checking their hair. He was not checking their coat. He was not checking their tongues. I'm not going to check. He was not checking the color of their eyes. Were they clear? He wasn't getting in down and dirty enough, up close enough, actually, for a number of extraordinary things to happen. For him to notice what was actually ailing them. For him to identify what the problem was so that he could come up with the right fix for them, secondly. But thirdly, and above all, for him to actually feel enough to have the intent to start doing something about it. This was Schumacher's realization. What is the point? Why do I bring up this story? Because we are all Schumacher's cows. We're all what the philosopher Alistair McIntyre calls rational, dependent beings. We've all, just like Schumacher's cows, for all the finery that we put on ourselves, got these two very basic things that really matter to our well-being. One of them is to be producers. Just as the cows produce milk, we like, not just like, we actually need to produce stuff. Not just stuff, but stuff that's intrinsic to us, stuff that has meaning to us, stuff that actually fits the essence of who we are. And the second thing, and it's of course crucial to enable the first thing to happen, is we are these beings who depend on other people. We need other people to tell us, you know what? You're not looking so fine. You've kind of gone off the rails. Where's your sizzle? What's going on with you? Are you yourself? What's actually going on with you? We need each other to do that. So here's my first task for you. I want you to stand up. I want you to find someone else. And I want you, not the person you're sitting next to. And I want you to look into their eyes. And I want you to check them out. And I want you to notice something about them. Notice something and tell them.